A very warm greetings to everyone. My name is Kirti Baghele. I am a pursuing MTech student in UIT RGPV under the 5-year dual degree integrated postgraduate program. I am presenting the overview of my review paper entitled as Adoption of Green Cloud Computing, a review, numbered with paper ID 103. I am guided by Dr. Raju Baraskar sir and Professor Uday Chaurasia sir from Computer Science Department of UIT RGPV. Here are the topics which will be explained in our presentation. Introduction. With the advent of computer technology, the pace for the evolution in the field of computer science is day by day showing inclination in every field. A lot of researches are being done every moment to make our life better each day. Technology connects us together by not actually being together or created cashless environment at your place delivery of every single object. Every small information is shared via internet. Every place information is available of which nobody ever have thought for its existence. And what's the trend now is have any gadget with internet connection and can access anything from anywhere. Cloud computing. What do we need to attain cloud computing? It's only the three things: physical machine, network connection, access to cloud. Physical machine is any device which you have like laptop, computer or PC or your mobile. Network connection is the Wi-Fi connectivity and you should have a cloud computing access. The trends of cloud computing is lasting from 2 decades and it had increased its use up to 69% among the businesses. 18% still say they will implement cloud computing in the near future. Building blocks of cloud computing are service-oriented architecture, microservice architecture, parallel computing, distributed computing, grid computing, virtualization, and containerization. Some examples of cloud computing being used widely are Gmail, Google Drive, Facebook, Instagram, and many more. Some progress has been made in the traditional data centers to reduce their energy consumption up to 30% with the use of a distributed computing platform and is named as Nano Data Centers NADA. Cloud provides three services: IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. Cloud service providers which are in market are Amazon Web Services, that is AWS, Microsoft's Azure, Google Cloud Platform, and IBM Cloud. Now, what is virtualization? Virtualization uses a physical server, also called a host, which is shared among different virtual machines, monitor, and hypervisor, which also increases utilization of resources. Now, what is virtual machine? It is an abstraction of a complete compute environment through the combined virtualization of the processor, memory, and input-output component of a computer. Let's know hypervisor. It is a specialized piece of system software that manages and runs virtual machines. Virtual machine monitor. It refers to the portion of the hypervisor that focuses on the CPU and memory virtualization. And at last, host computer, the computer on which virtual machine is operated. Why do we need virtualization? It's because opting for virtualization technique under cloud computing, organizations will be benefited by saving the management, hardware, and power utilization cost. It also facilitates improved mobile applications, administration, and deployment simplifications. Use of virtualization can be beneficial in many fields such as data centers, education, finance, and government. DVMC, Dynamic Virtual Machine Consolidation, is used to reduce the energy consumption in data centers, which is obtained by virtualization. Green cloud computing, which is the main focus of our research paper. It says sustainability, which aims to reduce, reuse, recycle. With the emerging technologies day by day, both producers and users have forgotten the environmental problems they are causing. In today's scenario, many government organizations and societies are opting for greener technology. Many IT companies have opted for greener computing to slow down the increase in carbon footprint. Here is a process flow diagram for cloud computing. User request cloud service provider to provide cloud computing, and with the help of virtual machines which are hosted on physical machine, virtualization is done. Now, the characteristics of green cloud computing are energy efficiency, virtualization, multi-tenancy, consolidation, automation, resiliency, recyclability, sustainability. The figures which influence for the adoption of green cloud computing are listed here. A system not in use but still power on consumes 70% of energy. Greenpeace Guide to Greener Electronics in their May 2010 edition had listed only 2 PCs and other devices out of 18 who obtained green rating. Those 2 PCs were from Nokia and Sony Ericsson. About rupees 1500 to 4500 can be saved per PC if they shut down when not in use. A report from McAfee, an antivirus company, revealed that 2 million houses in United States can be powered in the amount of electricity used in receiving everyday trillions of spam emails. Around 35 million tons of exhaust emission is produced by IT devices, which matches the carbon dioxide emission observed in an aviation industry. At present, with the emergence of new devices every day, 66% of organizations are still preferring to use desktop over laptops, which have the inbuilt features of switching to sleep mode when the machine is not in use. Now, let us know whether your system is green or not. All computing devices which follow IEEE standard 1680.1 are considered greener. Criteria are as followed. First is reduction or elimination of materials which are environmentally sensitive. Second, material selection. Third, design for end of life. Fourth, life cycle extension. Fifth, energy conservation. Sixth, end of life management. Seventh, corporate performance. Eighth, packaging, and many more. Furthermore, there are 23 essential and 28 optional criteria to obtain a greener label on computing devices. Here we have presented a comparative study and overview of various research papers which are based on green cloud computing. We will provide information about the technology used in those research papers, that is dynamic migration technology, server virtualization, data center consolidation, power management methods, energy efficient coding, dynamic voltage and frequency scaling, queuing theory principle, integrated green cloud computing architecture, nano data centers, utility computing, taxonomy of benchmarks, virtualization, fuzzy metrics evaluation, virtual machine consolidation. Now, there are various challenges which are observed while opting for green cloud computing, that is power consumption, energy consumption, carbon emission, and resource management. Moving towards why there is a challenge for power consumption is due to increase in the use of computers. Power consumption is increasing at a rapid pace. Many technologies are suggested like virtualization, which consumes less power as compared to use of traditional servers. In case of energy consumption, as increment in computer, so does increase in processors. For working and cooling of processor, there is need of energy in both the scenarios. By developing green computers, energy consumption is being minimized with each advent. For carbon emission, data centers are the main cause for the increase in the carbon emission. Constructing green data centers called NADA are helpful, but also some improvement in terms of carbon emission is to be made. Resource management. With the adoption of virtualization technology, resources are shared in virtual machine of a single physical server. To obtain better virtualization, virtual machine consolidation is opted, but some constraints are also observed. Now, moving towards the conclusion for this PPT and this research is, after reviewing various research papers, many methods had been proposed by various researchers to obtain green cloud computing. Various factors causing degradation to the environment are studied, and their solution which need to be improved with more technology. ICT stands for Information and Communication Technology are paying much more efforts to minimize the effect of computer industry on environment. Various fields which are causing degradation to the environment do not have much limelight, like resource management, data mining, and many more. One such technology which need to be researched in deeper is containerization. This paper is all about being aware of the amount of degradation being caused all over the world. A brief introduction to cloud computing, virtualization, green cloud computing, understanding their origins, goals, and measures taken by some special group. Thanking you.